Greetings everyone, welcome back to another Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle Series bonus. This time, we're going to start with Ted's chance to save Zelda. Now his Zelda encounter is a little bit different than Bill's. In fact, it's a little more fun, so that's why I'm showing it last. Because that's what I do. Anyway, this bird has told Impa that Zelda was wandering on her way to Labrina, and a red demon came and swiped her away and took her into the tower, so we can probably guess who that red demon is. We've seen him before. Well, yes, it's Vyre. A turtle works fast. Well, fuck you too, Vyre. Alright, so, the way that we come to save her is a little bit more different, and it's a lot of fun. It actually is reminiscent of another game in the Nintendo franchise. It's kind of a reawakening of Donkey Kong, if you will. Ted has to climb ladders, and instead of avoiding barrels and jumping over them, we're doing it with fireballs. And I think it's pretty cool, you know, throwing a little throwback to the original Donkey Kong series, which is what we all know birthed Mario, and kind of got the whole Nintendo ball rolling. Anyway, it's not really that big of a tower. All we have to do is get up here and grab Zelda out of the cage, and that's it. Yeah, laugh it up, buddy. We know what's gonna happen to you. Alright, so she gives us a ring. I'm not gonna go appraising it, because it's the same exact ring Bill got, which is the Blue Joy ring. Double hearts. It's pretty cool. Especially if you take a lot of damage, I guess. Okay, so she's hinting to seeing a world filled with sorrow and despair. That's kind of a foreshadowing of the linked ending that we're going to be seeing, actually, in the final video of this LP. Yes, we have the Triforce on our hand, and we must protect it. Alright, so they're going to hide in Nehru's house for the rest of the game. In fact, if you ever went back there, all they're doing is just kind of hanging out. Not doing much of anything. Until much later, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is show off some of the more interesting secrets in the game, the extra bonus items that you can get. So now I'm at the end of the linked game in Ages, and this old lady's got something to tell me. Basically, you find these extra people sitting around, and they will tell you passwords that you're supposed to tell people in the other game of your linked setup. So this is Ages, and we're going to go back to Seasons and talk to the guy behind the clock shop. Okay, now we're back in Holodrum, and we're checking out behind the clock shop, because that's what the old lady said. And here's the old man, just like she said he would be. Of course I need you. Alright, I'm only going to show in the password entering screen one time, just so you can see what it's like. After this, I'm just going to cut it out, because who wants to see that shit, anyway? Alright, so, he's going to give us a task. Yeah, sure, why not? Ooh, we'll get new power for our sword? Now that sounds pretty promising. Okay, so you have 30 seconds to kill 12 beasts, which shouldn't be too hard, considering we have the red ring and a level 2 sword. We start off with 4 ropes. Not a big deal. A few moblins thrown in there. A few dark nuts. Why the hell not? Whiz robes. It's getting, shit's getting pretty serious now. Oh shit, and there's Lionels. Yeah, this is pretty hard to do with the weaker sword and everything like that. But that's it. Did we do it in 30 seconds? 26 seconds! Oh, it's good enough. Good enough. It's not my best, but hey, whatever. We're going to get something cool! It's the goddamn Master Sword. Hell yeah. So this is a level 3 sword. It's basically just a lot stronger than your level 2 sword. Doubled up with the red ring. We're pretty much unstoppable now. He gives us a password to get it back in Labrina, which all of them do. So look out for that. Alright, the next person we want to talk to is outside of Rolling Ridge. You can teleport right to him in the past. This is here Subrosian. He's telling us that a good offense is a great defense. Yeah, sure. I'll take the secret. Give it to the Subrosian Smithy. So we'll go back to Oracle of Seasons and give him that. I wonder what it could be. Alright, and the last guy I want to talk to is right here in this little cave outside of the Target Cart shop. Up in the mountains yet again. It's another Subrosian. He's going to tell us his secrets. We have to give it to the Subrosian who lives in the Three Peaks volcanoes in Subrosia. That's kind of in the center. It's actually right near the very first entrance you have. So, hey, there it is. So, let's get to that, right? Yeah, I'll say hey. Alright, the next task is to talk to the Subrosian smithy. We're going to give him that password that the Subrosian gave us by the tree back in Labrina. Masters of the Trade, of course. Ooh, he is sensing that we have something to say. Well, of course they have. Hell yeah. Well, close. What the fuck? He says close enough. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're gonna get our item anyway. You can probably guess what it's gonna be. It's the Mirror Shield. This is a level 3 shield. Serves not much of a purpose. It's pretty big, but it does absorb magic, like Beamos shots and other things, so things from Wizrobes. So it's pretty cool. The next one we're not even going to cut to because it's right up here. Remember the other Subrosian said that his buddy was up here where the 3 volcanoes are. And like I said, it's right near the first entrance. That's the first entrance right there. And he's right over here. There's a 3rd volcano over there, trust me. This guy wasn't here before, but now he is. We've completed the game. Alright, so we've told him the secret. I don't really know what this guy's going to give me. Well, I do know, but you're not really given any hints because they didn't say. But we are given a task. We have to cut all the grass in the room using only the boomerang and in 3 strokes. So I hope you practice your magical boomerang skills. This can be pretty hard sometimes. Depends on your technique and how good you are at controlling the magical boomerang. My goal is usually to try and clear as much as I can in the first stroke and then create some kind of a straight path for the final one. And there we go. Hell yeah, we did it. Alright, so what is he going to give us? Bomb chews! Totally useless items, but hey, whatever. They're just like bombs, except that you can send them along the ground, and they move for a little bit before they explode. But I'm going to show it off a little later, we'll see. Alright folks, the next secret that we want is in this tiny little cave up here. There is a Goron hanging out in this normally empty cave. And man, he's talking about Biggoron Sword. Now that's something that I can get behind. Remember that Biggoron lives in Holodrum on the mountains, so he's going to give us the secret to tell that guy who is going to forge us a big-ass sword. I'll tell him, buddy, don't you worry. Alright, so last but not least, we're going to come up here to the top of the mountain in the Goron section of Holodrum. And hey, it's Biggoron! And he wants to forge a big old sword. But he can't remember how to do it. So we're going to tell him the little secret. Yep, that's exactly how you do it. That randomly generated assortment of characters is exactly how you do it. Hell yeah. Alright, so we've got Biggoron Sword. It's a huge-ass sword. Takes up both item slots, but I'll show that off in a little bit. He's going to tell us how to get back in Labrina. So, speaking of Labrina, let's get back there because we've got shit to do. Or so it would seem. Alright, the first thing we want to do is enter the tree. This is where Furore, the Oracle of Secrets, is hanging out. So this is where we finally put her to some use. We're going to bring back all of the passwords from the other game that said we can get our stuff here. So let's go through that. Yes, I do. Alright, now that we've got all of our extra shit back in Labrina, let's go check it out. I figure over here is as good a place as any to test our shit out. As you can see, the level 3 sword is very strong. So strong, in fact, that we can kill Gibdos now with 1 hit. Pretty cool. There's a Bomb Chew, for example. See how they crawl around? I wouldn't say they're entirely useful, but they're kind of fun to look at. an interesting throwback to the original, I think they first showed up in Ocarina of Time. But I might be wrong. Someone's going to correct me there. Here's the Biggoron Sword. As you can see, it takes up both item slots, but it has a hell of a radius, 180 degrees, and it's strong as hell. It's the strongest sword in the game. Coupled with the red ring, we're pretty much unstoppable, seriously. So, someone said, they kind of requested that they want to see me fight a boss with nothing but the Biggoron Sword. So, what better boss to do that with than with Veran? Alright, so as you can see, nothing about this changes. In fact, there isn't much that changes on your way to Veran. You see another cut of the witches lighting some flames, but that's about it. This fight, though, I'm going to use nothing but the Biggoron Sword, except where necessary to use something else, per the request. So, you can imagine that this fight's going to go very quickly. I'm pretty sure her first form only takes 3 hits with this thing. Now, Biggoron Sword is pretty cool in that it is really strong. The only problem is, as you can see, it takes over both of your item slots, and you can't use anything else with it. So forget having a shield, forget having, you know, your Rock's Cape, forget anything else. Alright, so we're just cutting to the fairy. I'm, you know, cutting out my pointless shit. Anyway, these little Link guys still take 2 hits, I think, with the Biggoron Sword, but as you can see, Veran is going to be pretty much a joke. Yeah. I know that this was requested and all, but it's going to be pretty quick. You're going to see how much of a joke any boss is made with this thing. And Veran's the strongest boss in this game. She's also the boss with the most forms, and the one that takes the most damage out of the, Onyx and her, so... Anyway, we're just going to cut to the final form, because this is boring. Alright, so, time for the final fight. We've already seen this, but we're going to see it broken beyond belief. So, can you guess how many forms she's going to go through while having a sword? Recall that she has 3 forms, one of which we've never even seen before. I'm going to tell you right now that it's just this one. Yep, that's it. As you can see, any boss has made a complete joke with this sword and the red ring. You are pretty much an unstoppable machine. Yes, yes, blah, blah, blah. We have seen this before, except that now we're talking about the evil King Ganon. Oh god. Well, I guess we can't say we didn't see that coming. Okay, so this is where the story gets different. The end of the Link game. This is leading you into the final true ending. So, as you could have probably already predicted, Zelda was wandering around too much. God, she just wanders too much. Doesn't she know princesses shouldn't be wandering so much? Wow, Impa, some guardian you are. Just ran right away there. It's like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. Okay, so, yes, just like in the other game, the witches have come, and they are going to kidnap the princess. From here, though, after the princess is kidnapped, the linked ending is the same for both versions. So I'm only going to show you one of them, and you guys have already decided which one you want to see. So we will get to that in the next video. See you next time.